I mean, for her, there's actually quite a bit of justification behind Condor not wanting to go. She is very deeply attached to her wolf, considering she's looking at how to make puppies, and she's very attached to her wolf, and her wolf can't go. So she's like, "Screw this, I'm out." Sugish. Well, I mean, yeah, like honestly, I kind of designed this around 4 people to begin with. So if you just want to go with Khan, Gik, Shin, and Muris, that's probably completely fine. It would be completely unbalanced point. I would just need like 3 minutes. Khan, Gix. Sounds about right. Um, Muris. All right. So, yeah, as stated, just give me just a minute. Basically, I have to build Muris because this was something I didn't actually keep in mind. Oh, he's definitely a rogue. That's not even a question. I'll be honest. This may have been a flaw in my consideration. Thief, come on! Holy crap! Rogues get skill upgrades and skill feats out the butt. Damn. Um. Sure, let's go with that. Oh my god, so many feats. Jesus. Okay, let's take that, I guess. He's level 5, so this is a lot of random upgrades. You are. Just give it a second and it will load. Oh, that's what I forgot to enable. This is fair. I made certain design mistakes, let's just say. Do 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 do. Ah, what? Why can you still see things? I've restricted your vision. Hold on. There's a problem. I'm restarting Foundry. Because you're not supposed to be able to see all that. I already fixed vision, but it's still there. It's because it's not the full keep. It's only a portion of it. Remember, you guys aren't conquering the keep. You're assaulting a specific location in the keep. I mean, dire bears are a thing. Wait. Where did the slave specificity come in? See, it's. Oh, that's why. Okay, I see the problem. There we go. I fixed it. You can't see everything anymore. God damn it. I mean, I made you a damn boat. I made a I made a boat. I made a map. Shove it. It really didn't, did it? I'm not going to say that you're wrong because you're not. Okay, so I will be good to go here in just 1 second. Oh, I theoretically do, but basically, this was the art that they had originally. I just didn't really realize the degree to which this would be a problem. He just kind of looks at you. Are you an idiot? He was on a pirate ship with me for a decade. Of course he knows how to sail a ship. I'm better, but he knows how to do it. You do what you gotta do to take care of yourself. Anyway. All right. God, this was a bloody shit show. I do apologize. Okay, I'm a DM. I'm not a miracle worker. Throwing it out there. I mean, sometimes it feels like God. Um, that's a neat ability, sure. Okay, so I'm just about caught up on everything. Huzzah! Gee. Ah, crap it. I need to give him Mirror's Vision. There you go. Now he can see things. His plan was to run away. I mean, there we go. Well, as he explained, as you inquire, he just kind of re explains. That's a terrible statement. Um, yeah, reiterates how he reiterates the fact that in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of things, his plan was we climb the cliff, jump up, murder everything, rob anything not nailed down, and bolt. He just looks at you, he's like, that wasn't my job. He looked at you, he's like, when somebody's arrested, typically you just want to stay as far away from them as you can. He's like, all I know is what my buddy told me, which is that this place has lots of loot. Don't know much past that, just good money to be obtained. You have 4 people, John. Mr. Cat is a person. What about the cat? You can look like a gnome. You could... God damn it. You could look like a gnome that isn't you. Typically some value in that. Okay, Catman has dark vision. Okay, so great news. I've actually got most of this set up now. I know it feels like this should have been done earlier. Now, I'm not going to debate who did what or who was wrong where. You know what, John? I've had about enough of your shit. Hmm? Oh, you like the design of it? Oh, did you see what he's wielding as a weapon? Come on, man. Eh, yes. Yeah, he's thug base. Um, ruffian. Because the APG is not out yet, he does not have a level 5 ancestry feat, but everything else is now set up for him. I don't know. For me, I just thought the idea of a cat that rocks an enormous meteor hammer sounds awesome, while bashing you in the back of the face for sneak attack damage somehow. No, he has striking. He's level 4. He's level 5. That's in that campaign because they're long-term investment characters, whereas Mirus is not likely to be popping up in combat super often. Sunday. And all that glitters, if they want to give their NPC striking, they have to buy striking. And that's partly because they're sitting on like 1,500 gold right now at level 5. That one we will cross separate when we come to it. I think for potency, yes, striking you'll probably have to buy. Just because. Or find. Honestly, don't worry about it. I'm telling you now, not a big deal. Anyway. I mean, you recruited him at level 5. So, there's also that consideration. Sorry about that. Basically, it's me addressing the last remaining complaint. This is pretty much a sheer cliff, so if you want to get there, that's doable. But yeah, you're probably gonna have to put in a little bit of work. There we go. Honestly, it's not like having C4 while assaulting a keep is a horrible idea, frankly. There you go. Muris has been fully established, including a proper token. How do you what now? I gave one to Shinsung, frankly. Mostly because his token is largely black plus random splotch of orange. No, I know. I'm just saying this felt slightly cleaner. I mean, it could have been worse, frankly. Yeah, basically, where you guys left off last week was with, with y'all kind of doing. What were you even doing at the end of last week? I'm trying to remember. Eh, John has a token now. It's not supposed to be smaller. I'm fiddling with it now while you guys are discussing things. I mean, that's fair. Fine. You can be boring. I tried. That token doesn't get bigger. Oh, I know what's wrong. For some reason, your borders, your token's just not changing, period, now. That's why you didn't get bigger like you were supposed to. This makes sense. I did a refresh. No, I did a refresh. I didn't say you had to do a refresh. Okay. Now it should be fine. Eh? There you go. Whatever. Good enough. John can be boring. Yand. Anyway, one thing to remember, Gix, is if I remember correctly, you did put the entire circus inside of your bag of holding. So you're basically just gonna like throw open the grate in the center, hold your bag over it, and just start shaking. Oh, I just totally, based on how you played Gix, I just totally had the image of him just like holding the bag over it and just shaking it as stuff until stuff comes out. You know, I realized after, when I was actually stopping and thinking about things, I've literally made one of the core components of this campaign you guys climbing something. So as Iana parks and briefly anchors the boat, he just kind of looks at you. All right, boys. So I'm gonna stay here. You guys go up. When you come down, if I see you jump or if I see you die, I'm leaving. I will get you if you're available, but I'm not gonna be sitting around waiting and hoping that y'all come down at the same time. He looks at you. He looks at you. So you want me to lay down and take a nap when we're trying to escape the Absalom Navy? Is this what you're telling me? He looks at the bird. He goes, "Bird boy, go take a nap." A couple minutes later, you just hear faint chanting. You hear faint chanting from the back room. Upon checking in, you find Dakar in the back room in one of the cots, sprinkled in dust. I mean, it should last about the right amount of time, right? So using this logic, you have 1 hour. I'm referring to the sleep spell. You have 1 hour to send your message. In an hour, Dakar wakes up. You guys are sitting around chatting, disseminating resources. It works out narratively. I mean, hey, Coniferous, do you have a cousin that you really hate? And remember, and keep in mind, you are talking about humans. We can't even tell each other's races apart, let alone other species. Shinsung looks like a very tall, very meaty elf. Murus is an exceptionally pretty elf. At least not this one. Um, so during your um during your kind of exploration, as you jump off the boat, keep in mind you are going to have to make a swim check here, boys. Like, what do you think? You just jump directly onto the rock? You can try that. Sure. I added the grid so I could actually do that. Coniferous succeeds at jumping onto the rock. Now give me a reflex check to grab onto the rock. That makes logic to me outside of Gix, who's fine. Gix, if you could also, if you're going for the acrobatics route, you could actually just use the mast. Yep, that's good. Yeah, I don't know why you said wrong thing, but yeah, we're good. Um, Shin, you swim over like a boss, grab onto the rock, and just haul yourself up out of the water. Um, yeah, he's really good at this. So what I'm gonna do real quick is this doesn't actually exist, but I'm putting this here so that you have an idea of how far up you guys have to go. Uh, so you guys have to climb up 80 feet because it's quite a. It's not a small cliff, but at the same time you are starting, at various height levels. Gix, if you're jumping off the mast itself, you only have 60. So I'm gonna be putting how many feet you have left to climb. I mean, he just holds a bag of holding as you climb off, so you climb into the bag. Yeah, you're the one I trust the least on this, to be honest. Like, Shin has a plus 11. Muris can literally succeed because he has assurance. So if he wants, he can just guarantee 20. What is it? A 17? Or no, 19. You don't even have to hold your breath for a while. 10 minutes. And Muris can maintain a 15-foot climb speed guaranteed, so. Muris is going to be taking the guarantee just because he has no reason not to. I mean, one suggestion I can make is that Gix could just stand below Shin Sung holding a sack. Shin, is your maximum climb speed? Is your maximum climb speed 20? Your maximum movement speed is 20, right? Okay, so yeah, you need so you need a grand total of 4 successes from the bottom. You have one, two, three, four, all above your requirement, which means yeah, Shinsung actually Shinsung's climb speed is as fast as Gix's was. Gix, just to double check, it says that your climb speed is 10. So if so, you're the slowest one. That just seems weird, but all right. I'm just thinking of balance. Like that sounds like a nightmare for balancing. Um, Muris, so you guys just climb to the top and hop over? No scouting. Gotcha. I did say it was a cliff. It was a cliff topped with a wall. And Kinderfirst can't see anything because he's in a bag of holding. Um, John, why do you eat chips every single session? I can hear it every session, so that's why I thought I'd bring it up. Uh, you can't see anything yet. You're in a bag of holding, John. I'm not really sure how that would work having your body in a different interdimensional space. So as you climb over the final steps of the keep, as you hop over the crenellations, you see a series of guards who are standing there and extremely shocked and surprised to see you just randomly pop over the cliffside. You see that the keep. You see that the keeps that the ramparts floors are incredibly well maintained. The keep appears to be in absolutely top condition. At this, you turn. At that, you see one. Mm, I'm kind of going under the assumption that you guys are trying to stay together instead of everybody bum rushing their way up and saying "F you, I'll get there first." I might be wrong in that assumption. Please correct me if I am. Sweet. One. Yeah, you're 5 slower than Muris, who is 5 slower than Shin, so you're moving at half the speed of Shinsung. But in exchange, yours is guaranteed. So upon seeing, after coming to their senses and realizing what the hell a bunch of people just dropped in on our asses, you see one guard beside you almost begin to panic. He raises his spear and levels it at you. And upon doing that, he says, "Drop your weapons! Stand still! What are you doing?" You certainly can. at this because let's see. If I remember correctly, at that particular metric, um oh, okay, he did not critically succeed. She's like, "Stop your mumbo jumbo. Drop on the floor and spread your hands." No, Gix hasn't said anything. I just thought I'd involve you. Why can't you see? You're up there. Shin, can you? Sean, can you see up here? Okay. Okay. You're basically just aware of the passage of time while floating in a giant empty void. Yeah, that's how memorable stories are made. Look at the gong. Um, so you see you better roll extraordinarily well in your deception check if you want this to have any chance, because holy crap, this is horrible. Roll your deception check. No, not for such an obviously horrible lie. Wow, it got really quiet in here all of a sudden. Um, probably just sitting there hand over fisting chips. Uh, so with that, you see all the guards just raise their weapons and train them on you. It's like, why are you here, and why are you all elves and gnomes? He's like, all right, yep, you can go to prison. Let's go. He looks at you. He's like, I only tolerate racial differences to a certain degree. When you break into a classified location, that's when tolerance goes out the window. He looks at you and he looks at you. He's like, but how were you at? How? Why were you on the water? Gix is horrible at this, isn't he? All of the guards just train their weapons on you. They're like, we'll let the commander sort this out. Let's go. Hands up. He's not this kind of face. And I don't get a feeling Shin is super interested in lying and more interested in let's just kill them. He looks at you. He's like, we're not the ones who created the international incident. You are the ones on you are the ones on private property belonging to the Absalom government. The one who has caused the international incident is you. Now, if you wish to avoid an international incident, you can raise your hands and come peacefully with me. Or you can escalate this from a accident, if you wish. The darkness in this area has become overwhelming as the dark rod absorbs the light from the twinkling stars above. That is a successful grapple. Hold on. Yeah, you'd have to do 2 shoves. Yeah, so hold on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. Is just go. Okay, that didn't change anything. Uh, okay, I know this is kind of the opposite of darkness, but you know it works. Although now everybody's covered in pee. You may change the color if you wish. I'm not sure I'm fond of it looking like my kid drew on my screen with a highlighter either. Explains why emos love that color so much. Yeah, so you do successfully grapple him, you'd have to do 2 shove checks to be able to push him, or a critical success on a shove check. Yeah, they're well, humans and half elves, more or less humanish. Okay, so as you shove him the 10 feet, you see his hand. You see his hand. Uh, you see his hand. There we go. You see his hand reach out to grab the ledge. Um. Okay, yeah. So he successfully grabs the edge, preventing him from falling off directly. But he is currently hanging off of the thing. He's currently hanging off of the ramparts themselves, like on there, but not on the ramparts themselves. At this point, however, this would be a roll initiative time for reasons I am sure you can understand. You can make a new athletics check, sure. I will note, for some reason, it doesn't matter what skill you use or how high your modifiers are, you just suck at initiative. Boop. So it was an 18, you said? Okay. Um. So I'm just gonna put Coniferous after the initiative at 8. He managed to grab onto the ledge successfully with a 19 reflex save. First up is the Battle Crazed Soldier. Um, Gix hasn't had a turn to actually dump you yet, so let's see. What is the distance between you? Okay, so Battle Crazed Soldier, who has a movement speed of 30, runs here. Then he, uh, then all you see is him lever a. He can't. He moves up. He moves up ever so slightly more. Then he lowers his spear, and he charges it. He charges at Shinsung and makes. Oh, well, he'd have to make a concealment check. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same as thing. So, 50% chance of missing, like a fully concealed target. He dropped a dark rod. Shinsung has been knocked prone, and that's all he accomplishes on his turn. It's against your fortitude, so he just had to roll a 20 or higher. All all you, all you hear is somebody shouting, "Shoot the one holding the rod!" At which point somebody plings you in the head. Somebody shoots at you with a crossbow. No, because they have dark vision. No, missed by one. All you see is him run off in the distance while fiddling with his crossbow. At which point he just unloads on. He just attempts to unload at you again, and actually hits for 10 damage. Wow, that was about as good as it gets, actually. Yeah, because monsters that end up with scaling like that. Because they don't have the ability to do advanced tactics like let's drop a dark rod. Um, and then he uses which is it? Perfect crossbow precision. The second archer, you know, nope, that's the wrong dice. They do if they take the racial ancestry for it. The funny part is that yeah, it was actually like, oh shit, this is gonna be an easy fight, and then I open up the archer. I'm like, wait, why does it have dark vision? Right, that's why. Uh, I mean, they're doing good. So far, they've only lost a grand total of 3 damage. They're pretty much rolling max. He does another running reload to create yet more distance before shooting again and missing. Wow, that was a 15, a 16. Do you guys actually get a turn now? The answer is no. Um, wow, you guys rolled terribly. I mean, to be fair, you had a plus, what was it, plus 11? Not like you have bad odds. He's going to try to poke you. Let's see if he rolls the 1 in 20. No. The attack goes wide as he's unable to, you know, get to see you. You may be bleeding and yelping, but it only goes so far. Wow, those were actually really good rolls. Shinzong. It just knocked you prone. That's Sean in a nutshell right there. I think you're plus somewhere. Uh, 8. Base damage is 1d6. I think that it was done both ways. I think that we put the striking on it the other way and then made it into a striking weapon, probably. Oh my god! So you on your first hit, two, you do 12 damage. On your second swing, as you attempt to swing at the dude's head, in the darkness, you kind of fumble ever so slightly, and you cut yourself for 1d6 persistent bleeding damage because that's what you do. All right, that was a very Sean turn. Miris, all you see is him go into a flat sprint as he tries to hunt down the other archer. He has one crit hit, one crit miss. He was prone. So 11. Blam. Let's do it again. Nope. Let's do it again. Nope. Miras does manage to. Oh wait. Oh, he doesn't have sneak attack on this dude. All right. Gix. No, because if I remember correctly, the magic specifically states you have to put your hand in and draw out whatever's in there. Are you out of fire? You're out of bombs, aren't you? Makes sense. Neat. So the rock hits him in the face. The rock hits him in the shoulder, and just you see his body rock back. All right, Coniferous. All right, you had to draw a Coniferous from a bag. Gravity Well is a 120-foot range, 30-foot radius burst. The problem might be because there's an enormous wall in the way. Yes, it follows the rules for forced movement. I'm double checking what those are real quick. Neat. Yeah. So he's pulled one, two, three. Yeah, but he's halfway through. He moves. He falls down 6 feet due to the gradient of the cliff. Since he's going halfway down the wall animation, I judged it would make sense that he would be able to fall upwards of half the distance. That makes logical sense. So I rolled a 1d40 to kind of symbolize how far down he could be. Apparently, according to the dice. However, given the fact that he's still going to get sucked off next round, and he would still have to spend 2 rounds getting over, or 2 actions. Oh, it's a one-time thing. To be completely honest with you, so did I. I you have removed him. You have removed pretty much one of the only combatants in the battle from the battle for the next round at least. Um, Yeah, I would say that effectively you are invisible to him, so... which one does Coniferous? Okay. I'm sorry, your token, your circle things are not super accurate in the giant purple circle. Because everything just has a purple tint now. Yeah, so he takes he takes yet another. I think that's the second 17 damage. Yeah, you did the same damage with Spencer did the same with his thingy. So after taking 34 damage, you notice that although he's a little bit worse for wear, he actually still seems mostly fine. Um, so the battle crazed soldier is going. You see him just look at Shin and in Shin's direction and just start wildly stabbing. Those look like the results of wildly stabbing. Although one of the stabs does manage to connect for 11 damage. Yeah, and then I rolled for the concealment. Basically, they're treating you like you guys had to treat the shadow. Uh, it it kept Yix alive last round. So the Edgewatch Archer uh, attempts to climb up. He gets most of the way up, but is unable to climb over the wall itself, which necessitates him to make yet another athletics check. Using that, he successfully climbs over the cliff and shoots at Coniferous. Oh, right. So he's going to run around the corner, reloading his crossbow. The other archer runs away 25 feet while reloading his crossbow. And seeing what you did, attempts to shoot you in the face. Although, apparently, his capacities are somewhat reduced. Oh, apparently it wouldn't have mattered even if you guys were inside of a dark cloud. He doesn't give a shit. And then he just reloads his he runs away while reloading his crossbow again. Um, he stabs. Let's see if that actually works. No. Stabs. No. Stabs. Maybe. No. The darkness is completely fucking this battle crazed soldier. For the record, he's missed 4 attacks due to it. He just wildly stabs up and doesn't accomplish anything. He keeps aiming for human height when you're goblin height. I mean, that too. Shin Sung. It's not fortitude. It's just flat. It's just a flat 1d20. Yep, you just have to roll a 15 or higher. So you still take 1d6, but then you succeed on the check. That really didn't do much. Um. All right, let's see. Okay, so yes, that's one hit and another hit. Nice. As you slice at him for yet another 24 damage, guys, why are you guys in love with the number 24? Oh, fair enough. 43 deba minus that is okay. So that's it. So with those series of thrusts and slices, you actually do manage to take a substantial chunk out of his arm. Um, you see blood begin to pour freely from the wound. You have one action remaining. Do you have the initiative tracker up, Sean? If you look at the bottom, do you see end turn? Click it. Because I discovered that this existed. I didn't know it existed before. You can end your turn. If it's your turn, at the bottom, it'll say end turn. 3, 4, 6, 2, 4. Mirrors just lashes out and misses. And that's Mirrors' turn. Gix? He's a distance away. He's 90 feet. I mean, you can always throw down the rod, too. You don't have to hold it. Okay. I just, you can tell me where you drop it, and I can put it there now. Okay. Are you dropping it where you were? Okay. All right. So then you moved. Okay. Okay. Knipris. Okay. Let's roll for your crit here. Why is it 18 times 2? Oh. No, that's fine. It's just playing weirdly, so I was very confused. Yeah. So as you bring down the hammer, you just hear a sickening crunch as its helmet collapses inwards, and gray ooze begins to pour out from between his ears.
Go watch on the couch, son. Come on, that needs to charge.
Guys, what is this luck? This battle crazed soldier is gonna do the same thing that he's been doing. Wild jabbing. I mean, we'll see. So far, this guy. Oh, right. He was aiming at human height. Now it's a human height. He rolled a 31 and a 30. Oh no, that was a different roll.
Hasn't been me
So your armor is 25. So yeah, that makes both of them a bear hit. Why are there random circles everywhere? God damn it. Yeah, no. No. No damage has been rolled yet. It's actually 38 for 38. My dice are loaded up tonight. Oh. Um which archer's up first? That one. You see all that you see is all that you hear is a thunk as you hear a crossbow bolt pierce your hide. Pew! Wow. Pew! 15 damage. He then reloads and attempts to fire a second shot and critically misses. I found an easier way to do the critical fumble thing. It's great. I imported it. Ooh, haven't seen this one before. You can see him around the corner. Like he has pretty much full cover, but you can see that he's there. He's quite a distance away, however. 90 feet. Um, this archer's gonna go for the dude who's directly in front of his face and murdering him. Oh yeah. And grand total. Oh shit. Crossbow precision is also doubled. 28 from the first roll. 1d8 plus 2 plus the precision damage. So 28 plus 7. 35 damage. He just half health Murus with us in a round. He hit with a second attack. So yeah, he in rapid succession you see the archer pump 2 rounds into Murus, and you just hear a very loud cat like meow. And the other soldier's dead, so he can't attack anybody right now. Shinsung. There we go. All right, I should remove your your persistent damage. Yes. Not bad. Menace. Because it's an agile weapon. Yep. Oh, that. Yeah. So that means that your third attack was actually only -6. Let's make sure. You add a circumstance bonus to the damage roll equal to the weapon number damage dice. You do an extra 2 damage. So that is this. You see Murus this time run around behind the archer to attempt to cut off his escape. Okay. Shh. Nope. And nope. But he does do a magnificent 12 damage. At this point, the archer is beginning to struggle. Gix. Yep. For, 14 rock type damage. The archer stumbles under the attack. Coniferous. Nice. Let's see what his save is. I'll do it. I. Mm. You just kept making circles? He moves here. I'm getting rid of all the templates. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Ah, so you're using a hero point to do it? I mean, you're rolling consistent twos. Eventually, that'll work. So you blast him in the head for 12 damage. You just hear a loud thunk. The archer reloads his crossbow while running back behind his corner. He then fires at you and misses and reloads his crossbow. At this point, the other archer turns and shoots at Gix. For 7 damage. And that's his turn. Well, I somehow don't expect. Oh, okay. I know. I know. I'll fix that in a second. Nee, wild stabbings. No. Roll 1d20. He barely hits for 21 damage. I mean, it's not helping that I'm rolling almost like at least one max dice damage every single time. Your initiative is up to a 19. Blah, nope. Blah, nope. Blah, nope. He's not turning out to be that useful in combat. Gix, the bullet pierces his eye and just drops him to the ground. That seems to be the theme of the night. Coniferous, you still have one action remaining. Both have, of course. I'm just waiting for you to roll terrible actual damage though, or not. Oh, you do normal damage. However, it's wounded 2 and enfeebled 2. What? The entire party died yesterday? The battle crazed soldier, the battle crazed soldier suffers immensely under the onslaught. One archer's dead. Other archer is going to continue shooting Coniferous because he feels that he's probably the biggest threat on the battlefield at this particular junction. Misses. Reloads. Misses. Other archer's dead. Shin, you're up. It's 40. That I don't believe is a terrible one. You're flat-footed for a round. The penalties seem very varying in penalization levels. Um, your weapon takes 1d6 damage. Your weapon takes 5 damage, which leaves it at 1 hit point. Saber to saber. Well, I would assume. Okay, so it loses a quarter of its hit points. Honestly, as far as penalties go, that's there, I guess. Neat. All right. You still have an action left. I don't know how much you trust your action at this particular junction. Right. Okay. Battle crazed soldier. Stab the dangerous guy who almost killed me. Nope. Stab, stab. Roll 1d20. He critically misses. It has no effect, but yeah, his attack goes super wide. Again, he's aiming at a human height. He can't hit non-humans at all. Wow. Muris just runs 90 feet. That was a great turn. Gix, you're up. He's still not even in range. And I ran so far away. Throw a body part, I mean a pebble. I mean, it's working really well for you. Nope. Shouldn't. You know, although I'd feel bad if you all died, you know. You are encumbered until you spend 2 actions to free yourself. Uh, no. Um, yeah, so you're clumsy 1 now. So you lost an AC, so the archer can shoot you better. Speaking of the archer, 24. Yes, because you have 22 right now. You take 8 and 8. Oh, neat. Yeah, honestly, it's one of those things. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, that's cool. Fine. God, you do know you could just use the little sunburst next to the damage number, right? Weird. Yeah. Shinsung. He dies. He really dies. Let's see what you do in total. I'm just kind of curious at this point. Nice. Yep. That's a number. So you with your blades, the first slice rips into the left side of his neck, the right slice rips into the other side of his neck and just scissors him right off. You hear a very distant bloop as it lands in the ocean. I'll be honest, I didn't expect this battle to be this deadly. It's probably not helped by the fact that you guys rolled terribly. Just throwing that out there. Fair enough. Okay. Miris runs up to the other archer. Gix? He's he he's had a very specific battle plan this whole time. Why are there so many of them? Nice. Coniferous. Nice. Archer. He's feeling surrounded. However, he also has a prepped crossbow. So shoot. Uh, shoot. Shoot. Yeah. He still shoot. Yes. He would. Yeah. You deal. You take 5, and he takes 11. He then runs away. He misses, and that's his turn. Shinsung. Eventually, you're gonna reach somewhere. Oh, you actually go there. You can. Oh, right, hard edge. Okay, how far does he get to go? Here. He can't go. He can't move farther than here unless he wants to lose out on a second attack. Slightly awkward. He brings down the hammer. Nope. Hammer? Nope. Good job, Muris. You're a relevant character. Gix? Nope. All you hear is a very loud flop as the car just wetly smacks into his face. He can get to where Muris is. Huh. I didn't know you had 30-foot movement. That's why I was confused. Huh. Nope. Nope. Uh, Archer's feeling surrounded. He's gonna try to shoot his way out. He's going to try to shoot Gix to open up a path. Nope. He's gonna try again after reloading. Gix takes 7. This is fair. Yes, you are. It's just your the markers under Gix. Nope. A 6. Sorry. Shinsung, you finally caught up with the battle. Doesn't that mean you couldn't you have? Oh, you can't use lunge with a attack of opportunity. Sword time. Nice. Nice. And you get the damage bonus on the last 2. So okay, so can we just say he's probably dead? Like you should roll your dice just in case, but I mean the thing is the third Sawtooth Saber um it is actually quite mean because it's going to be uh more than that because it's also getting the striking damage, the twin damage, which is doubled. So it's like I think it's like plus 10. Yeah. So it's a minimum of 10 damage from that, plus his own stats, which is 4, 8, 12, 16. So, yeah, okay, yeah, he is definitely dead. Even if you roll to roll ones on every dice, he dies. So once again, you behead yet another target. Are you going back to collect the other 2? Or other 3? Oh, no. John, talk for a second. Hmm. I realize a problem. Apparently, it was only recording my audio. Well, she gets to hear